In this video, I'm going to show you how to automatically register people who sign up for your LinkedIn events directly to your webinar platform. Before we start, make sure you have three things ready: a Zapier account, free or paid, doesn't matter, a LinkedIn event created, and your webinar platform. In this case, I'm going to use Contrast, but the process is very similar for most webinar tools. So let's get started. Log into your Zapier account and create a new Zap. On the top left corner here, create Zaps. First, we need to set up our trigger. So in the search bar, I'm going to search for LinkedIn ads and select it. For the trigger event, choose the first one, new lead gen form response, organic content. I'm going to select this. Now you need to connect your LinkedIn account here. You will have the sign in button. Just click on it and follow the prompts to authorize Zapier. Once connected, click continue. Now here the first step is to select the organization. Choose the one where you created your LinkedIn event. For my case, it's the second one. Then we need to select the lead type, and for this case, it's of course events. The entity field here, it allows you to specify a particular event that you want to capture leads from in your LinkedIn account. If I click on it, you will see I have only one option here because I only created one event. Next, we have the retrieve creative details and retrieve campaign details. What they are. So the first one, retrieve creative details, it fetches information about the ad creative, the specific ad design or content, and you can use it when you want to analyze which ad variations are performing the best for you. And the second one, retrieve campaign details, it fetches information about the campaign that the lead form is associated with. So you can use it when you want campaign level data to analyze performance or track which campaigns are generating leads. These two, they retrieve extra data from LinkedIn's API, which can cause errors or slow things down. They are optional because you may not need this additional context. After setting this up, click continue. Make sure you have at least one registration to your form to test the trigger. When you test the trigger, Zapier will pull in a sample attendee from your LinkedIn event. So here, you should see their data appear on the screen. So this is my example. If I continue with selected record, you can click on it to see their data or continue with selected record. Now for the action step, this is where we will tell Zapier what to do with that attendee information. So click add a step, which we already did, and search for your webinar platform. Here I have Contrast, so I just click on it. As I mentioned before, the steps are very similar if you are using another webinar platform. So for the action event, I'm going to choose register attendee. Here you need to connect your webinar platform by signing in and authorizing the connection, after which click continue. And here is the most important part. You need to map three key fields, which are email. So I'm going to click on plus button and select the email field from the LinkedIn form. I'm going to do the same for the first name. Click on the first name and select the first name from the LinkedIn form. Same for the last name. So now you can see that I selected the three most important parts, most important information to transfer to your webinar platform. Now you need your webinar ID. So to get your webinar ID, you need to go to your webinar's registration page and copy the URL. I have my Contrast account ready here, so I'm going to go to the settings to get the link. So this is my link. Your webinar ID is the part between register and the end. So for example, if your URL is something like this, as you can see on my screen, your webinar ID is Marketing Predictions 2026. So I'm going to copy that. Go back to Zapier and paste the webinar ID under webinar ID field. Next, we have the UTM source. These are super valuable for understanding where your registrations are coming from. So let me show you what to add here. As a UTM source, you can type LinkedIn UTM medium, it can be event. This specifies it came from an event, not an ad or anything else. UTM campaign, here you can add your event name or campaign identifier. For example, if your event is about product launch, you can add product launch here. UTM term is optional, but you could use it to specify the event format, like online event or virtual webinar, something like that. Let's do online event. And same for UTM content, it's also optional. You can use this if you're running multiple LinkedIn events for the same campaign and you want to differentiate them. For example, morning session or enterprise focused or startup focused. I'll do, let's say, morning session here. And once you are happy with it, click continue. So these UTM parameters, they will be tracked in your webinar analytics and any connected tools like Google Analytics. So you can see exactly how many registrations came from this LinkedIn event versus other sources. And you're almost done here. So we need to test this action too. So I'm going to click on test step. So now Zapier will send that sample attendee to your webinar platform. To make sure everything works properly, I'm going to go back to my webinar dashboard. Under registrations, I want to find that attendee. So here you go. This is the person that Zapier passed from LinkedIn events to my webinar platform. This means everything works properly and I'm ready to publish it. So I'm going to go ahead and publish my Zap. You can see it's publishing. After which I also want to give it a name so it's easier for me to find it later. Let's call it LinkedIn event to webinar registration. And here you go. From now on, every time someone registers for your LinkedIn event, they'll be automatically added to your webinar platform. They'll also receive the access link and all the reminder emails you have set up completely hands-free.